Hi everybody, this is day 3, Christmas in July. Okay, so I'm doing a kitchen table decoration for July if you haven't tuned into any of my other videos this week. So what I've done today is I brought in some plates, and I just got these at our local Dollar Tree. Plain white plate, so nothing's on them. What I like about these is they had a raised area. So today I'm going to use the chalk ink. And chalk ink is really interesting. It is permanent, and it does say that on the box. It's a permanent ink. So it won't come off, but you have to bake it after it dries. And I'm just going to put mine on the edge here. And I'm going to tell you why. They don't recommend that you put it on the middle of a plate and then cure it in the oven and then eat off of it. You know what I mean? Direct contact, like with I was thinking the knife for some reason. So this is raised on the edge, and I thought I'm going to put just one of the sentiments from the same silk transfer I've used all week. This one, it's called Christmas Tree Cutting Board Sentiment. So it says, I'll be home for Christmas. It comes with Be Merry, Peace, and Cheer. So this, I've so far been using just the same transfer. Okay, so that you could put Be Merry, leave it right here on the edge. Could you put it up here? So I'm thinking, I don't know. And I don't want to put too much. I don't want a plate that has a whole picture scene going on the plate while you're trying to eat. I always think just a little decoration to everything will look really nice. And they don't, even all the plates don't have to be the same exact thing. So I'm going to, and I've already defuzzed this, so I'm not too worried about sticking to the surface. Now this curves gradually. The thing I did before is I kind of looked at where the edge of the plate is. And so this is flat right here. I'm pretty happy with that. Even though it's a little closer here to the edge, I'm good with that. So I'm using the Chalk Couture chalk ink, and it has a different consistency than the paste. It doesn't dry as quickly, but it spreads, and I think it spreads just the same as that their new recipe for the paste. And I'm just going over it, making sure. And remember, this is one of those transfers that has, it's not perfect lettering as we call it, because it has some of the letters are filled in with the transfer. Peel that off slowly. When I say that, you're going to notice it when I pull this off. There are white sections in the word. Put this down. I didn't get my water out today. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I've got a little shadow. Here, let me turn on another light. So you can see that there's white space that comes through on the back. So it's imperfect. Hope that helps. An imperfect transfer. It's meant to be that way. Let's see here. Oh yeah, much better. See that? Be merry. And I like it at the bottom of the plate. So when they sit down. Now you could do it at the top. I would call that the bottom though, because you don't want to just turn it around. That's not going to look very good. Let me get my other plates to do. I'm going to do a table setting of 4. Now I could do Be Merry on each of the plates, or I can mix it up and do the cheer. Set this, see if I have room to set that here. I'm going to let this dry again before I bake it in the oven, 300 to 350 degrees. For about 30 minutes. That will cure it so it's permanent. Again, I'm going to add these plates to the other decorations I've made for the table this week. And I'm just making sure I have any dust particles or cleaned it off from the store. Okay, so that was my Be Merry list. Oh, I love peas. Love the words peas. So again, I'm putting it up on that upper edge. Just kind of like it in that bottom right corner. And I could do peas. I could do words all the way around if I wanted to. I just prefer just a little accent of decoration. There we go. I really don't have to worry about it drying too quickly, especially with these sentiments. There's the peas. That's so cool. It looks so classy. You know, you just do like one word. Now I can't put these on top. I've got to let them dry. And I probably will take a hairdryer to them real quick to help them dry before I put them in the oven. I don't really want to put them in wet because I think it might, I don't think it'll cure as good. Okay. I think I need to move my plate up so you can see it. Or can you see it? Okay, yeah. Just looking. Yep. And make sure I get everything in. You're viewing. I like that they're kind of curved. Not just a straight word. If I had a straight word, gosh, I don't know what I would do. I might put it here. Actually, I would probably put it right there. But I like that curved. Again, I'm making sure I have no bubbles where I want that ink to go. And through that silk screen. Sometimes I haven't checked that and I've gotten problems with how that ink, not only ink, but even paste, how it lays within there. This is my last plate. I've already done another Merry Christmas. Now, I don't think I'll be able to fit all 4 of them in my oven. I could do 2 on a rack and 2 on another rack. Now that I say that, I probably could fit them all in at the same time. Again, 300 to 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. Now, if you don't defuzz these, and I've defuzzed these because I've used them before during the week, if I don't do that, it might stick so much to the plate. It might tear. It might stretch the actual transfer, so that next time I try to use it, one of the letters might be, I've never had it happen, but it could be stretched too out of balance. Do you know what I mean? Like your E might be stretched too long. So here's the third plate. So that's one craft for today. Short craft for today, isn't it? That's how fast you can ink and personalize your own plates with Chalk Couture. Isn't that amazing? Let me move these out of the way so they can dry. I'm just going to let them air dry since I have another craft to show you. And in my craft room, I have plenty of space where no one walks, so I'll just lay over there. Now, my second craft for the day is one I actually got from my students this last year for Christmas. And I thought, oh, this was so cool. I've never seen this before. So what you're going to need is a low temp glue gun. And I have multi-temp glue sticks. But the whole idea is low temp. Okay? And I always have this mat down. Chalk Couture has a mat. And you know, at first I thought, what the heck would you use this mat for? Oh my gosh, I love it. Because it collects my paint. It collects everything. I don't have to worry about the countertop underneath. Then I went to the craft store and I got a large paper mache cone. And as you can see, it's easily over 12 inches. I want to say it's almost 16 inches long. Okay, so that's 12. So yeah, about 16 inches long. 16 to 17 inches long. And she used a styrofoam. She used a styrofoam one. Now, my colors have been silver, white, and I used the shimmer olive paste. And then the type of ink I used actually was pesto. So that pesto, and I'll show you the paste, my shimmer, they're pretty close in color. So that's why I chose the pesto for the ink. So now I'm going to go more with the silver. Yes, candy. It's a candy tree. Isn't that amazing? A candy tree. I love candy. My kids said to me when I retired, I said, oh, you need to open a candy store because you always have candy. That's so true. So what you do, and again, this is why you have to make sure you have low temp. And these are I think I have to lower it, Candy Kisses. And one up, one down. Now I kind of see what I should do is 2 lines, one at the bottom, one at the top, because the middle's kind of missing it. Now I can make sure these stick out, the little kiss part, but I don't really want them to. Okay, now if this was high temp, they'd be melting. They would be melting. And you don't want your chocolate melted. So see how you do that? High, low, high, low. Now you can do a variety of things with this. You could get the Christmas mix. You could do red, green, silver. That's what she did for me. And she said it was a cool activity. Her and her mom came up with the idea. She'd seen something like it. And then this pattern of how they laid them, she kind of came up with. And her mom came up with it, and her dad and her sat down and did this together. And I thought, that is exactly, to me, what crafting is doing something together and enjoying it. And think about this at Christmas time. What a great, number 1, I had a great example that she brought me. Number 2, what a great activity. And that's some of the things that I loved about Christmas, was some of the things my mom did to prepare us for Christmas. Like, the baking is always important. We had 5 kids in our family, and so when there were sugar cookies made, it's a lot of sugar cookies. There we go. Now again, I'm doing top because I want them to meet at the top of the kiss and then the bottom. And then you just peel them right off, believe it or not. Whoops, I thought I had that in there. Of the Christmas tree. Oh, that went out fast. See, thank goodness I had that mat down. Now, another thing I was thinking, I thought, I think maybe I want to do the gold ones, like the gold almond kisses. And then I started thinking, well, you know what? Whoops. Gotta keep thinking about what I'm doing here. Up, down, up, down. You could also do, I think you could also do the gold nuggets. And do them vertically. You know what I mean? Instead of going around the curves, you're going to have them go up. And I'm doing silver because I have mostly silver on my table as decoration. I also said at the beginning of the week I was going to use my stag plates, but then I saw just plain plates, and I thought, you can use your chalk ink for that. See, you can create new every year. And their transfers change. Some stay from holiday 2 years in a row. I don't know that I've ever seen one 3 years in a row. Because I've had this for a good I've been in it 3 years. Oh my gosh, look at that. I was wondering about this. What happens when I get here? Well, you could space it out. But look at that. It fit perfect. Isn't that cool? And I decided to only do one tree. You could do even, thought about this, you could get those tinier cones. You can even make your own cardboard foam, or cone, excuse me. and then make individual ones for every table. But I had already done my party favors. Now this one I'm going to, I think I've got to plan this here now. I think I want to go opposite, up, down, up, down. Now I want to see where kind of I need to put my glue. Let's try that. I'll put it right here. Yeah, that worked. You could also use, I think that E4000. I don't know if I'd use that E4000. That stuff could glue concrete, I think. Don't know that I would use that. Because you want to get your candy off the tree. Another thing, they have those little garlands for little trees. By the time you get done, you've got a little tree right here. So you could do garlands around it. She did a little stack of pearls, like you get in the fabric department for sewing. Now, I don't know that I even need that with this. If I do all silver, I could add like my green accents that kind of cool down right there. This goes faster than you think. And I didn't know how many kisses a large tree like this would handle. So I had my husband pick up the big bag of kisses. So I'll have to count to see how many kisses. And then I thought too, if I didn't want to do silver, I thought about doing silver and gold because that's kind of a cool trick. And you could even do the gold in different ways. You could do one silver, one gold, one silver, one gold. You could do one row silver, one row gold. You could even do that with the Christmas kisses. And judging by what I see in those stores, it's not going to be long for those to be out. Because a lot of the craft stores, they have their Christmas out. Well, and think about it, Christmas in July and how many times we start a bigger craft. That takes time. If you think about it, share this video if you can with your friends so that if they do crafts, it gives them ideas. If you're thinking, oops. I always love to watch videos. There's so many talented people in the world with so many different ideas. And I think that's my love. It's just see, oh, you could do that. I didn't realize that. And you borrow craft. Borrow craft from someone. I use that plenty of times at school. Oh my gosh, it is going to fit. Look at that. Again. I bet that hems all the way up. So I'm going to finish this and I'll post a picture of it at the front of this video. Hope you enjoyed the 2 crafts for day 3 of Christmas in July. If you have any questions, email me at kristencreates@gmail.com and I'll try and put that in the description, especially on YouTube. Isn't that cool? I love that pattern it makes. Okay, see you hopefully tomorrow with another Christmas in July craft. Hi, I'm back. I wanted to just show you after you get a certain length of it done, you're going to notice you kind of see some of these spaces in between, but I think what I'm going to do is go back through and put some moss, some floral moss in between there with my glue gun. But I just wanted to show you how far I have it thus far and how it's looking. The only other thing I've noticed that I have to do as I'm going along with this tree is making sure you get that string glue, the string from the glue stick. Whoa. And make sure you have them all on. That's another thing. As you move it around, like there was a couple times that I noticed one would shake. And so I thought, oh, I need to make sure I have those in. So definitely give it a good shake. And I noticed too on those strings, I have to kind of hold it sideways. Because you don't want to give this to someone with all these strings hanging down. I mean, you could if you had colored glue in it, and then it would look like garland or something. I keep having it stick to my fingers, as you can see. It just keeps going down. But I kind of been using my fingers to feel for it. There we go. There it is. Saw it. Just snapped back. So just keep going until you're done. I think it's pretty impressive. I'd love to have someone sit this at my table right in front of me at Christmas time. It'd be hard to resist. I have eaten a few of them, by the way, just in case you're wondering. See how I stuck, I don't know if you can see this, the paper I have stuck down. So I'm going to add just a little in there. You know, that kiss paper? So that's what I'm also making sure. And if you ever get some that, you know, like they end up, you have to do it like this, do that. Or two in a row that are like that. You have to fill that space with the silver. No one's going to sit there and look at it and think, oh my gosh, you have this huge, you have a whole huge space. That's what I guess I'm saying is don't leave this huge, like a whole kiss worth open. Make sure you fill it as much as you can. Another thing I've learned to avoid that, let me get another glue stick in. Again, this is low temp. If you did high temp, it would melt the chocolate. It might be a big drippy tree at that point. That sometimes when I meet, and let's see if it happens on this one, when I meet up with the other side, sometimes I rock them as they're drying to separate them just a little more so I don't have that huge gap. You know, it's enough of a gap you notice, but you don't want to, if it's big enough to put a kiss in there, put a kiss in there. But if it's just a little gap, you can sometimes roll it so it takes up more space. Whoops. I'll show you that if I get there. Here we go. We're getting there. But miraculously, most of these have worked out. Okay, so see that big space? I have a couple choices. I can go in, but if you look at that, that says put another kiss in there. That does not say kind of roll them together so that they fit. That says I need another kiss in there. So sometimes you have to fit them closer to make that fit. Sometimes you have to just roll them apart a little bit so you get the idea. And as you can see, it's coming along pretty good. I just see like in my row. So I thought, I don't know, I might plug in some of that green moss. I don't know. I might even just take a paintbrush and paint a little silver. Whoops. Do not do that ever again. Pull the little tab accidentally. Okay. So again, I will post a picture when I'm completely done so you can see the final results.